Why true happiness requires effort. We live in an era of instant coffee, instant messaging, same-day delivery, and the pervasive illusion of instant gratification. Somewhere along the way, we began to treat happiness as if it were another commodity we could simply order online or stumble upon if we were lucky enough. We treat it like the weather, something that just happens to us. If the sun shines, we are happy. If it rains, we are not. But here is the uncomfortable, liberating truth that we rarely talk about over coffee. True happiness is not a feeling that washes over you while you sit on the couch. It is not a passive state. It is a verb. It is a construction project. It is a skill that requires the same amount of discipline, grit, and exhaustion as training for a marathon or learning a new language. The reason we often feel unfulfilled isn't that we lack the capacity for joy, but because we are confusing comfort with happiness. Comfort is the absence of pain, the path of least resistance. It is staying in bed, scrolling through social media, and avoiding difficult conversations. Comfort is easy. Gravity does the work for you. But happiness? Happiness often lives on the other side of discomfort. Consider the biology of our brains. We are evolutionarily wired to survive, not necessarily to be happy. Our default setting is to scan for threats, to remember negative experiences more vividly than positive ones, a phenomenon known as the negativity bias, and to conserve energy. To be happy, to genuinely appreciate a moment, to feel deep gratitude, to remain optimistic in the face of chaos, is actually an act of rebellion against our primitive programming. It takes conscious cognitive effort to rewire those neural pathways. You have to essentially go to the mental gym every single day and lift the heavy weights of perspective. There is also the matter of entropy. In physics, entropy is the tendency of a system to move toward disorder. If you leave a garden alone, it doesn't magically turn into a beautiful park. It fills with weeds. If you leave a house alone, it collects dust and decays. Your internal world works the same way. If you do nothing, if you put in zero effort, your mind will naturally drift toward anxiety, comparison, and dissatisfaction. To maintain a state of well-being requires the active gardening of your mind. You have to pull the weeds of negative self-talk, water the seeds of ambition, and prune the relationships that drain you. None of this is easy work. It is sweaty, messy, and sometimes painful. Furthermore, deep happiness is almost always tied to meaning, and meaning is almost always tied to responsibility. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the proudest or the most content. Were they moments of pure leisure? Probably not. They were likely moments after you solved a difficult problem, helped a friend through a crisis, finished a project you struggled with, or raised a child. These things are exhausting. They require sacrifice. They deplete your energy. Yet they replenish your soul in a way that an entire weekend of binge-watching TV never could. We also have to confront the paradox of choice. We think having endless options makes us happy, but it actually creates a low-level hum of anxiety. Choosing a partner, a career, or even a place to live requires the effort of commitment. It requires the bravery to close other doors so that you can fully walk through one. The person who keeps all doors open, afraid to make the effort of commitment, ends up standing in the hallway their entire life. The hallway is safe, but it is not a home. Happiness is the effort of building a home in the choices you make. This isn't to say that life should be an endless grind. Rest is vital. But we need to stop apologizing for the fact that we have to work for our joy. We need to stop looking for the secret hack to happiness. The secret is that there is no hack. The secret is that you have to wake up and choose it, fight for it, and build it, brick by brick. It requires the effort of vulnerability to connect with others. It requires the effort of forgiveness to let go of the past. It requires the effort of discipline to delay gratification. So if you are feeling tired from trying to be a better person or exhausted from trying to create a life you love, take heart. That fatigue is not a sign that you are doing it wrong. It is a sign that you are doing the work. You are paying the price of admission for a life that is not just pleasant, but profound. You are building something real, and nothing real was ever built with a little sweat. If this perspective shifted something in your mind today, don't just scroll away. We are building a community of thinkers and doers right here. If you are ready to put in the effort for a better life, drop a comment below telling us one small thing you're going to work on this week. Make sure to smash that like button if you believe happiness is worth the work,